Have you ever lost someone or something dear in your life? Have you ever felt as if the world is falling apart around you? Well, as I visited the Mariupol Reborn Center, the raindrops were hitting the roof. There, I heard another story of sadness, loss, and tragedy. Her son was a soldier in Olenivka. She was under Russian occupation in Mariupol, but when she finally got to safety, she couldn't draw flowers. She could only express her pain onto paper, said the curator at the artist's personal exhibit. Unfortunately, her story of loss isn't unique in Ukraine today. Yet her drive to channel that pain into art and to make something better out of it is. In that we're the same. Ever since I was a kid, I wanted to be an artist. I wanted to show people how wonderful the world is through shapes and colors. I was never as sure in something as I was in my artistic career. No matter what people said, I kept my head high. Everything changed in 2022. I lost my home, Mariupol, and had to leave the city and move to a different one. In 2024, I experienced loss again. A close family friend and a grandfather died due to the war. Yet again, the routine of the war is common for many Ukrainians. Bombings, shellings, sleepless nights, and constant fear. For many, that results in anxiety, as it did for me as well. Later, when I needed creative expression the most in my life, it left. There was no colors, no shapes, and nothing at all. Art suddenly felt useless in such a gruesome world. Yet eventually, I tried again, mainly thanks to my art teacher. She helped me get going when a lot of things seemed rough. Yet when I experienced loss in 2024 again, small sketches or small works didn't seem meaningful enough to let out all of my emotions. So I started a huge monochrome portrait of a girl screaming underwater. On the days when everything seemed like too much, my art teacher helped me get going. When my emotions overflowed, I could still express them through the portrait I had and through the materials I had as well. I still do. That's the time when I got a chance to get my spark back and have a break from the war. Yet unfortunately, many Ukrainians and people worldwide don't have such an opportunity. Loss and trauma are universal. Almost no person ever has lived without such an experience. It can be losing a home, a connection, a dear thing. Either way, loss leaves a silence behind that grows if nothing gets done. For Ukrainians, this silence is as loud as ever. Similar to statistics worldwide, there are way more people who experience trauma than the amount of people who have access or put trust in specialists. We feel that silence as confusion, exhaustion, sadness, anxiety, numbness, dissociation, and physical arousal. Now, imagine, over 70% of people worldwide will experience a traumatic event and its side effects, says the World Health Organization. In Ukraine, already 77% of Ukrainians feel anxiety, and 1 in 2 feel high-level anxiety and stress every day. Yet only 7% of people worldwide have access to mental health specialists. For Ukraine, out of the 30 million possibly affected by war, only 9 million put trust in them. This will have large consequences for us in the post-war reconstruction process and worldwide for less privileged countries, which growth stands on the access to mental health specialists. Global conflicts, such as global warming, the Russian-Ukrainian war, and many wars worldwide, might only be escalating. Realistically, the percentage of people who will experience trauma might only rise, but that doesn't mean we cannot help ourselves and each other. Could creative expression be our way out of this trauma crisis? In times of loss and exhaustion, when words fail, creative expression comes through. Albert Einstein once said that art is one's deepest thoughts expressed in the simplest way. Creative expression helps with many side effects mentioned prior, such as physical arousal, numbness, anxiety, and more. You don't need to be an artist to start creating. You only need 5 minutes and something to create with. A pencil, a pen, or even your finger on a fogged glass. Alright, do you have any worries on your mind at the moment? Maybe something bothered you throughout the day, a spilled coffee, or maybe you're just having a rough patch right now. It's okay, we all get it, but even if you're doing perfectly right now, I'd still recommend joining. Let's draw together right now. Take your finger and follow the lines on the screen. This is your first step to making creative expression part of your life. Creative expression helps us get over our heads and focus on something physical. It helps us stay in the moment and reduce stress. How do you feel right now? Are the worries as obnoxious as they once were? Yet painting and drawing aren't the only ways that creative expression can be part of your life. For example, photographers capture ruined buildings, poets put their thoughts onto words, and many people do crafts. Photography is great as you can be present in the moment and focus on what's going on around you. Poetry is perfect for letting your thoughts out instead of letting them brew up in your brain. And crafts are ideal since you're doing something with your hands, and that reduces stress and anxiety. If you make creative expression part of your daily life, it can even better the quality of it. For me, it took a while to get my spark back, but now, after each time I let my thoughts out on paper, I feel better and more calmer. Art helped me get my spark back. If each and every single one of us picked up a craft, we could not only pour our emotions and help ourselves, but also preserve memory and loss. Your creative expression could lead you to becoming even more strong and resilient as a person. Alright, let's play Dare Dare. Next time you feel stressed, pick up a pencil, a pen, a small rock, or a camera, and just create. Focus on the process, not the result. This will help you become even stronger. Art isn't just a decoration, it's your way to help yourself. Show your resilience through creating. Thank you.